Everybody, welcome back to Life After the Woods, episode 13 with me, Sid, and I'd like to tell you a story, if I may. You see, once upon a time, over in that direction that I'm looking, there was a thriving village, full of vibrant life and villagers going about their villagey business, not having to worry about much other than being eaten by alligators, killed by zombies, snakes, aggressive tortoises apparently, and a great many other things that were obviously a major worry in everyday, day-to-day villager life. Anyway, in an effort, I need to get rid of you, in an effort to preserve the village, I'll tell you something, there is a hitch here. This the villager life there. I have taken it upon myself to relocate said villagers to improve their lot and their lives. And yeah, well, I've done a little bit of work over there, long story short. Anyway, let me just pull that lot together. That should give me a good start. That magma block in my inventory should be a good clue. That villager was too stupid to live, by the way. Anyway, yes. Let me I digress as per usual. So, a few comments about the fact that I have to wander out and dip my toes in the water to get in. And that, I have got a plan for doing that. We are going to build a thing with a thing. There was also comments about builders, crafts, cupboards, pantries, cabinets. I have expanded the kitchen. I haven't relocated everything yet, but I have expanded the kitchen. I'm just going to take that lot. I think that will do me. And of course, comments which were, man, that's going to be a pain, isn't it? I'll have to wait for that lot to thaw out, I suppose. This here, the drop. Obviously, we've got the bubble vator here, and bling, yep. The magma vator is there. Not a great deal of point. You know, we can do various drops. So I could have done the water drop above. Neil pointed out that you can actually waterlog a chest now, and that seems to work. I've put a little pressure plate in there just to close that door, because obviously there is a possibility that a zombie or something could come down that slope thing. Anyway, enough about that, more about plans. Let's talk plans and what my plans are. So it's unfortunate, and I say this generally speaking, it is unfortunate that there is a mechanic in Minecraft that is simply too powerful to be ignored. We all know what it is. We all know what we end up doing. And consequently, I have kind of been working towards that end, that goal, if you will. Yeah, said mechanic is, of course, villager farms, or villager breeders, and villager trading. And there's a reason why in virtually, in fact, yeah, I've been through and killed all the villagers' houses, by the way. There is nowhere for a villager to live anymore. It's the reason why virtually every single Minecraft Let's Play on the planet has villager breeding at its height. So I took it on myself to save a bunch of these villagers. And these are all down here, all living in their little boats, being weird, because obviously we can't see the bottom half of them, but that's fine. And we are going to be, unfortunately, no different. And I say unfortunately because it is a sad state of affairs that village breeding is so damn powerful. But it is also the only way that I'm going to get mending and decent armour and decent tools. You know, it's just a statement of fact. That is what is necessary. So I've got a whole load of beds. I've got a whole load of stuff. I've got a whole load of carrots. I've got various bits and pieces from the trading stations, and I have got a whole load of building materials. When I say building materials, I of course mean the villagers' houses, but these are largely pointless and will be repurposed. We've got plenty of blue wood, we've got dark wood, we've got wood, we've got lots of wood and lots of things. So the first thing we need to do is come up with and make a villager breeder. For that we're going to need 2 of these little villagers. I am going to use a couple of the non-farmer villagers because I want to make sure that there's no chance things. I will possibly use these 2 because this guy's almost dead. He's okay. Farmer's not so good. Yeah, there's some very dodgy villagers. If I can get some splash potions of healing, we'll be laughing, but right now we need these 2 guys. And first off, I'm not going to waste my diamond pick for this. I'm going to get a basic shape dug into here, and we'll work out how we're going to do it, what we're going to build, and where we're going to direct things, and then we'll have the villager trading area off in a similar area as well. So let me excavate a wee bit, and I shall be back in a moment. Okay, well the first step's in, which is a villager breeder, or at least 2 villagers. One of them hopefully will become a farmer at some point, and these will grow. But of course the carrots, and it's winter, so they're not going to grow yet. Yeah, didn't think that one through, did I? Pardon me. I'm not entirely sure what would grow. I mean, that grows in spring. Beetroot has autumn, spring, autumn. I mean, there's very few crops you tend to grow in winter. Cabbage, but of course villagers don't farm, well, I'm assuming villagers don't farm cabbage. Of course, you know, we have to be careful with assumptions because, as we all know, assumptions make an ass of you and me, as the old saying goes. But I need 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and I'm going to need some more of you. And I've got my buckets, so let's head down and continue on with the breeder, because whilst they're probably not going to do a lot of breeding, and they're certainly not doing a lot of even turning into farmers yet, so that's annoying. What we do need to do is come in here like so and hammer back a little bit further. I'll sort the lighting out in a moment. This is kind of ugly anyway. What we actually are aiming to do is trick the baby villagers. Is that too? I think that's too close. I think, yeah. So yeah, I came across this design online. It's not mine. I actually honestly can't remember which video it was now, but I'm sure if you were to Google village breeders for 117, you would find, no, 116 even, you would find something very similar to this. It's certainly not in any way revolutionary. The idea is that any baby village. Oh, we've got a farmer. Excellent. And that's actually some growth. I see a growth thing over there. Excellent. We're starting to make some progress. Okay. So the idea is that these will come out of things. The baby villagers will want to bounce on the beds, which we're going to place down, of course. And they don't want to be there, though. They've got to be sufficient, yeah. Like, Like so, the little baby villagers will want to come out here and bounce on these beds here, and for some reason we had one like that in the design. Needs something. The babies will fall down there, they'll come along under here, they'll come up into a elevator once they grow up, and yada yada. Normal villager breeding things. And then these guys, albeit a couple of them are really not very well, actually quite a lot of them are really not very well, we can immediately start trying to get traded up with and doing all the good things. I'm going to need more pumice. I think I'm going to use pumice as a main block type, if you like. I've got plenty of glass because I went and made some, and suppose the next thing to do is to work out this. Now, if I remember rightly, is it this one or the next one? And the next one will do. That's fine. We'll just find a way out for now. That's all non-spawnable. We'll pop that down there temporarily. And we are going to need a wall block, I think it was. And that's going to come down there. So, you know, the baby villager will... Have I come one too far here? I don't think I have. I don't think I have. So you're going to have a sign there, and you're going to have a sign there, and you're going to have a water source. Oh, sign there. Oh, I don't. I'll double check my design. I've only ever made this once before, so that's fine. But what we need to do is we need to continue. Oh, I can walk across there. That's cool. Yeah, they're definitely just getting some small growth there. Anyway, let me continue on with this, and I'll be back in a moment. All right. It's not tidy yet. This still needs a lot of things, but we're getting there steadily. Wherever possible, I am trying to replace the floor and the roof with this pumice. I will probably run out of pumice before I run out of floor and roof. But just because it's difficult doesn't mean you shouldn't try. So we've got villager breeder. These two guys should breed whenever they get to the point where they feel inclined, so to speak. Right now they're trying to get to, they think they can get to these beds, so they're trying to get to these because it's night time. So if I sleep the night off, they'll go back and continue doing their thing. It's winter, so all of these crops are growing really, really slowly. So I've got a couple of choices really. Right now I'm going to take a break. I'm going to AFK overnight. Those carrots there are almost ripe actually. Why are you? Doesn't matter. We'll get them there in the end. When these guys make the BB, the BB likes to jump on the beds. So the BB jumps through, goes through into the water stream, goes down there and stands on that wall. When they grow up, they come up here and they're filtered into that corner, and down here I can press that and out comes a minecart. And obviously what we do need to do is, you know, tidy this up, power it up a little bit more, and just generally make it work that little tiny bit better. And then the next thing is to come up with a setup area where we can get the villager set up the way we want him with his workstation. And then the final thing is going to be finding a zombie and capturing him to lower the trades. So, well, easy stuff. Anyway, I'm going to now AFK overnight in this place. This door is on backwards, so if a zombie does come by, it can't easily come in, and well, it can't come in. It doesn't understand backwards doors because it's a zombie and it's dumb. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. I will see you in the morning. Right, it's been a day and some time. I actually did do a little teeny weeny bit of recording, only to realise that my recording software wasn't loaded. So yeah, you've missed all the fun. Let me show you the fruits of my labour. First things first, you'll notice that the villagers have gone from here. I'll explain why in a moment, but we have a villager in there. We have a baby villager down there, and I have had to go back to Impulse SV's mechanism for villager breeding, because the one we had didn't work. Now, the reason those villagers are gone, and the reason that there are 7 villager spawn eggs in there, is because I've been trying to get a zombie, and they ain't spawning on the surface at night. I've set myself up, I've got myself a little hidey hole up here. I've killed a whole load of tortoises, whether they were doing the mob cap. Doesn't seem to be the case, but there are. I've also gone into configs and turned off tortoises. This guy just doesn't realise he's been turned off. Neither does that one, or that one, or that one, or that one, or that one. Where are we? Or that one there. Yeah, I would say this one doesn't realise he's not supposed to be spawning. He's obviously not got the message yet. Neither has this one. Or that one, or that one. Let's see. Oh, look. Here's another one that doesn't realise he's not supposed to be spawning. As well as this one here. He didn't know. He's not got the message. Oh, guess what? He didn't get the message. He didn't get the message. Neither did any of those. This is insane. I've cleared this area over here once already, and yet look, there's one. There's one or two. Obviously we've got all of these. We've also got all of those and all of those. And just for good measure, just to show make the point here, we've also got just the odd one or two. I've cleared these. There is literally nowhere for these guys to spawn. I've gone around, I've got all of their things. But I've cleared those, so he shouldn't be there. Let's just go and have a look in the nether, shall we? Oh! Look at all of these. Tortoise, 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 tortoises, tortoises everywhere. Tortoises. So, I'm kind of stuck now, before I go any further, with the idea that I need to remove untamed wilds. Now that's fine, except untamed wilds doesn't just add tortoises and snakes. It adds a whole load of the other mobs. In fact, if we have a look at Untamed, it adds aardvarks, arowana, whatever they are, black bears, blind cave bears, brown bears, cave bears, giant pandas, polar bears, spectacled bears, sun bears. It adds jaguars, leopards, lions, mountain lions, snow leopards, tigers, football fish, giant clams, giant salamanders, hippopotami, hyenas, rhinoceri, sharks, ocean sunfish, tarantulas, which are really cute. They are so cute, but they're things. Trevally. Strangely enough, you'll notice there's no tortoise eggs there. It also adds this. Yeah. Those are not supposed to be here. They're not supposed to be spawning. I am very, very well. I think we really have to get rid of this mod. I really don't see. I mean, there's tortoises there. I don't see tortoise eggs, but you know, yeah, okay, we'll live. But there's still tortoises. There's no snakes about, but there is the snake skin. I really don't know what to do about this. Obviously the mod is problematic. I think for the time being I'm going to have to remove it, because I'm just conscious that I think it is impacting on the spawns in the game. It's the only thing I can think of that would be knocking out hostile spawns. And as much as, you know, I'm quite happy not to get harassed every time I turn around, hostile spawns are fairly critical to the game. So I'm going to log off, I'm going to remove that mod, and I'm going to log back on again, and I will see you in a moment. Alright, it's gone. Does mean, of course, I did lose a small amount of food. Given the amount of tortoises there were in the world, I wouldn't be surprised if I actually didn't see a slight performance improvement. Need to just drop off a little bit of bits and pieces. Now, we are not, I will repeat this, we are not going to get passive mob drops. A whole load, yes, they're better animals. We've still got the red wolf and black wolf. We've still got the timber wolf. We've still got the antlers, but there's an awful, and we've still got Alex's crocodiles. We haven't got rid of them, which is probably a downside, but there you go. But we're not going to have any miraculous movements with, you know, potions. I've got a potion of regen. I've got a weak splash potion of poison, which is not much use to me. I think I can turn you into harming, but that's about it. And yeah, we basically do not have the means to do zombie purification. However, have I got, what I did want to check is I do have a name tag. I've got enough levels. We shall whatever zombie we get is going to be called Boris, because why not? And I forgot I moved the I bit the bullet and moved the spawn obelisk to here, and we have now got our villager farm. That is all good and fine. We do now need to try and capture a zombot, which should be entertaining. I've got plenty of iron smelted up. We're just going to wait for the night time to come along. And yeah, what we need to do, I suppose, is try and do the usual. Well, let's try and get set up with something to capture the zombitin, shall we? I could do with a couple of trapdoors, which I haven't got, but luckily I have got plenty of wood. So let's just grab that, do that, make those. That will do me there. Doesn't need to be, this doesn't need to be extravagant, it just needs to work. So if I were to put myself a nice little run down here, do the usual. If I can get him trapped, if I can get a zombie trapped, and then moving him is largely fairly easy, I think. Did not want to do that. Yep, and then we'll pop that there. And yeah, that's easier said than done, isn't it, actually? Well, I suppose, no, it's not. It's dead easy. I'm just overcomplicating things as per usual. Gone through here, zombie follows me, and bump, in he goes. And then just seal him in. That's the theory. Let's see what happens when we get to night time, shall we? Yeah, I'll be back in a moment. Now it's a moment of truth. Now, interestingly enough, the entity count when I had Untamed Wilds was nearly 700. And it's now down to 100. So I think we've got a very good chance of spawning something unpleasant. And by unpleasant, I mean something that we want. We just have to wait. I mean, we're definitely seeing an entity count going up. It's just a matter of time until we see one of those little green buggers shamble out of the undergrowth, crying out his plaintive cry for brains. Well, I sincerely hope it is, because I can't think of anything else that would be causing. Which, oh God, just what we needed. I haven't got any arrows. But on the flip side, it is a hostile mob, which is more than we were seeing before. Yeah, I'm going to be waiting for a while. I'll see you in a bit. This game is weird. I've played this game for years, and this is not behaving any way like a game set to hard difficulty should be behaving. I mean, that witch is the only thing we've seen. The only hostile thing we've seen anyway. And I've actually got to the point where I've come out for a little wander around just to try and find one paltry little zombie that I can call Boris for no reason better than I want to. This is bizarre. I'm almost tempted to kind of build an. The problem is it's not going to spawn very much, but an underground dark room. If I had a means of transporting one, I'd just go to the mob farm and get one of those from there. But I don't. They're too far away to reasonably even consider that. But where are they? This is weird. Utterly, I've never known, other than Terra Firma Craft, the current season, where the surface is peaceful, If I didn't know better, I'd say that's what I got. But I do know better. I know I haven't got a peaceful surface. I should be swamped by creepers, skeletons, and zombies right now. This is weird. I mean, if I didn't want one, it's actually good weird, you know. But I do. I want a zombie. And it just ain't happening. Another witch over there. Which, if I could convert as, you know, villagers using witches, that'd be fine. But I can't. We are. We're in an odd place. I think it's safe to say. Odd place indeed. I mean, it's not like I want much. I just want a villager trading farm. And it's an interesting one. I was saying about earlier about how villager trading has become this kind of OP game meta in Minecraft. And it occurred to me that one of the things that actually does significantly offset villager trading in modded Minecraft is a mod like Better Enchanting Plus, or some form of enchanting mod where you get to pick your enchants, because realistically, oh man, that's a pain. Let me just see if I can't find any caves down here. Realistically, the reason we work like this is because of the RNG of modern Minecraft. Ooh, interesting. Did I not get all of this down here? I can't remember. And maybe I that was a skeleton, and that is a zombie. Now here's a stupid question. Do you think I could get a zombie to follow me all the way back up? Gotta say, I do love this new cave generation. I'm not sure whether I actually like the 118 cave generation as much, to be honest, as everybody's raving about it. But I've had a little play with it, and it has to be said, it's quite the significant difference in caves and the way they're generated, which isn't necessarily, but again, I should be seeing way more mobs than this down here. There's something interfering with vanilla mob spawning. That's the only thing I can say, because I should be seeing way more than this. You know, we should be seeing significant numbers of hostile mobs down here. I have to say, I am in two minds about how to tackle this. However, right now, it's not the end of the world. Because the other thing I need to make use of a zombie and a villager breeder is, of course, potion brewing capability, and I don't have that. So, in the meantime, while I think about how better to tackle this, I'm going to double check how long I've been recording for starters. And I'm going to have a look and see what, if anything, we can do to help, because clearly we are not getting anywhere. We've got two villagers in the bag. No, oh, damn it. Right, so somehow I've got to get him back in. They shouldn't be able to do that. Okay. This is just sent to try me. If necessary, I'll kill the bugger and put one of them in. It's not ideal, but it will do, I suppose. Let me check how long I've been going. I'll be back in a second. Alright, yeah, I've been going for about 35 minutes. It seems like considerably longer because this is, well, way more hours of work than I consider. And it is proving problematic. So, yeah, that is... Oh, hello. You're in the wrong place, mate. Well, you're in the right place. You're... Oh, there's... Thought there was two of them then. There's another one there. Oh well, on that note, I think we're going to call this one an episode. I'm going to have a good think about what I end up doing. In theory, if I stay here, that guy could end up back in there when he sleeps again, so we'll just have to see what happens. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, guys. We didn't really get anywhere near as much done as I would have liked, but yeah, well, that is how these things go sometimes. But until then, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.